if we jump down to the end, wow. If we jump down to the end of it, like Jacob was being told that, and actually I'm not even going to summarize it. Let me just go ahead and give you this little quick part, because the Most High was telling Jacob that I'm with you and I will watch over you wherever you go, and I'll bring you back to the land of your fathers, and I will not leave you until you have done what I have promised you. Jacob awoke from his dream in that moment, and he was like, wow, surely the Most High is in this place. And I was not aware of it. Surely the Most High is in this place, and I was not aware of it. He was afraid and said, how awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of the Most High. This is the gate of heaven. So early the next morning, Jacob took the stone that he had placed under his head and set it up as a pillar and poured oil on the top of it. He called that place Bethel, though the city used to be called Luz. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, if the Most High will be with me and will watch over me on this journey I am taking, and will give me food to eat and steward and clothes to wear, so that I can return safely to my father's household, then the Most High will be my God. And this stone I have set up will be his house, and all of that you give me, I will give you a tenth. So the reason why I recognize that we are trust fund babies, not only is it saying in this particular verse that okay, the Most High is going to take care of your food, your clothing, he's going to take care of everything you need to get back safely to the place that he is appointed for you to be. In that, he is literally telling us that, okay, you spend this time, or everything is mine. I control. I'm the creator of all things. So everything that you can possibly give back to me is really just in gratitude of the fact that you received it in the first place. And that I am thankful, because that means that you're making a conscientious effort to show that you appreciate all that I've done. There's so much abundance, there's so much surplus, that you don't have to be stingy with the little 10%. You got a whole 90 that you can do whatever you need to do and accomplish whatever you need to accomplish with. But what he really had put in my heart on all of that was stewardship, because this is showing you the original budget, right? If the Most High gives you everything that you could possibly need in this life, you have 100% just flat out in front of you. 100%, cool. So you take out that 10%, and then you start budgeting the remaining 90% as you may see fit. He's already taken care of your food. He's already taken care of these things for you. So you're not necessarily worried about that. So again, we go back to the story of the talents. How are you going to move forward and invest that? All these trust fund babies tend to be generational trust fund babies. And yes, the generations before us might have been at a disadvantage, or they may not have been given the wisdom to utilize the things that they had been given as much. But the one thing that comes to mind that I really want people to hone in on is understanding that it's not just about the material things. It's never been just about the material things with the Most High. He wants your time. The things that the Most High has given us most consistently, however many days out of every year that you have been on this green earth, you have received a new day each day. Am I correct? I hope that you're here with me today, because he's giving you a new day. This is a new gift that you've received. How many hours are in a day, right? So we have 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day, you take out 10%. So that equals 2.4 hours. Okay. 2.4 hours. That might seem like a little bit of time, but I'm sure that when I caught you today, you were just scrolling. Maybe I'll stay in my lane. I just want to say that 2.4 hours, really, once you do the math, really only boils down to 144 minutes. Okay, that might still sound a little, that still might sound like a little much, right? 144 minutes. But I'm sure that you spent an extra couple minutes here or there. I'm not going to tell the locations. You could have been scrolling in the bathroom, or maybe you're reading in the bathroom. I don't know. Could have been lingering or loitering or doing something a little bit longer than you think you might have needed to get that task accomplished, 144 minutes, you don't have to take it in its totality. It doesn't have to be a chunk of time like that. It could be 144 individual minutes of you literally just stopping and saying, Father, thank you. Like in that moment, just giving praise, or giving a moment to stop and journal, to jot down your thoughts and give them back to Him. We know that our thoughts, our fire thoughts, our Ishchona, are literally the burnt offering that He offers back up to Him. So keeping our mind stayed on Him and anchoring yourself back in that. So that's one thing. You can spend time in His presence and make a conscientious effort to do that every couple minutes or so. Just like it's good to also take a mouthful of water every couple minutes, because that keeps you hydrated. You don't always have to look at it as the whole glass that you have to down at once. But I want to make this a little less complicated, because I know I just scattered a bunch of things right there, a bunch of seeds maybe. 144 divided by 2 is 74. 144 divided by 3 is 48. 144 divided by 6 is 24. So maybe it's more of a situation where you could set a timer for 24 minutes, and it may not need to be that militant to do it, but 6 times a day you have 24-minute sessions to just anchor yourself. And it's good to spend it in the Word, yes, but you can also do it like this, where you're just out amongst His creation. And still, praying without ceasing does not always have to be that you're down on your knees and you're stopping at, yes, you want to be focused, because prayer is focus, but you don't have to necessarily drop down on your knees every moment, but to give that moment, your thoughts stayed on Him. So even just giving up your gratitude and praises towards Him, that's more than what I can say. Maybe I know that I wasn't perfect before I had this realization that, like, sometimes I would get caught up in other things, and even though I do appreciate and enjoy my time spent in His presence, I don't always, I'm still flawed. I'm not perfect. I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm amazing all the time, but in this period and in this season of growth that we literally see all of these things coming back to life, we have to understand that the growth that we can control is giving that praise, which acts like fertilizer to the plant that we are. And in doing that amount of praise, we actually gain greater access to the trust fund that He has in store for you. And not only that, in being a trust fund baby, we are called to be stewards, right? I know in 2 Corinthians, Paul and Apollo were talking to the Corinthians, and I don't want to be misquoted here, but in that he was talking about how they were to be stewards, oh my gosh. Now it's required that stewards that they be found faithful. And he was talking about how they were stewards of the faith to bring this information to the people. It involves more than just finances. That's what stewardship is. I know a lot of times we tend to talk about, like, what are the things that we are entrusted to take responsibility for? What are the things that it has been put in our care, in our trust, to look out for? The biblical definition of stewardship is a responsibility entrusted to individuals to manage everything that the Most High has placed under our care. Recognizing Him as the ultimate owner for all of those things, so we need to keep them with that, like, fiduciary care, like that true care, as if it's like everything that you touch or everything that you have access to is gold in itself. And I guess the biggest thing that I kind of wanted to hone in on, and it's unfortunate I keep doing that, but it involves, as I said, it involves more than just finances. It extends to time, to the talents, to the relationships, the creation, and every resource provided to us by the Creator. And again, I wanted you to hone in on 1 Corinthians 4. So the biggest thing that you could walk away from with all of this is like, we are the trust keepers. Like, he has stored away all these things for us in advance. Now that we have access to it because we spent that time in his presence, and not saying that it just is like, you don't look at it as just a, like, what can you do for me type situation, but what can y'all do for each other? Because I mean, if he's given us everything, then he's not lacking much. It's like trying to buy a Christmas gift or try to buy a birthday gift for the person who already has everything. Like, he has everything. He has access to all of these things. But what is the most cherished thing that we have? You know, they want to say time is money, but no, it's not. Time is worth so much more than money. I promise you that if you were given the opportunity to gain $1 billion tomorrow, but to give up your life the next day, I'm sure you wouldn't trade that in, would you? I mean, maybe you would, but it's hard to spend $1 billion in a day. I would much rather spend my time, yes, you know, still having access to things to enjoy this life that is given to me. However, I would much rather spend another day, and I'm grateful, Father. Thank you for giving me another day to be in spaces like this, to talk to people like yourselves, and to breathe the breath of life, to fill my lungs up with this type of joy and energy. Like, truly, like, would you trade this in? And this is just a small scale of the things that he has to give us. Like, I know that there's wonders, natural wonders of this world, man-made wonders of this world, because he gave us intelligence to create those things. There's so many things left to witness in this world that I would not want to trade that in for some monopoly money at the end of the day. But that's just me. I'm just going to take my time and appreciate the time that's given to me from my Father, the Creator of all things, to really be able to access this trust and use it where it seemed fit. So I hope that you want to tap into your trust fund too. There's so much more for you. And just give 10% back to him. Give him 10% of your time. Give 10% of your life. Honestly, just give him all of your life and it will be better. He's got you. Peace.